way you looking today. You looking fly. So you got, I mean, what kind of, corsage, that thing, that flower thing you want? What kind of corsage you want? It's a type of plant.
What's a plant? Exactly.
What do you mean, what's a plant? That's easy. I was an AP bio my whole life. So, a plant is a multicellular organism, that photosynthesizes to make food, which means photo, light, to make food, to do work. Can you hear me?
Oh look, that's a sperm, that's an angiosperm. Two different phyla plants. Wow, how many phylas are there? There's 4. Bryophytes, sperm, gymnosperm, and angiosperm. Let me tell you a little about 2. They got bryophytes, an example of mosses. They lack a vascular system, so they tend to be short. And gymnosperms, well, they have naked seeds and cones. Well, I have some research here about the similarities of angiosperms and ferns. Some similarities are, in both of which the sporophyte is a large marsupial, freely existing, independent and dominant phase in the life cycle. The sporophytic plant body is differentiated into stems, roots, and leaves. All the vegetative parts of the sporophyte consist of typical xylem and phloem cells. The xylem consists of parenchyma and tracheae.
You mean parenchyma?
Oh, sorry. Phloem consists of seed tubes and phloem parenchyma, and the companion cells are also active. Both ferns and flowering plants have roots and a vascular system that transports water and nutrients around the plant, although flowering plants have a much more advanced system. Although flowering plants now dominate the planet, ferns have managed to find the niches to grow alongside their more advanced cousins in the same environmental conditions.
So what do you want? A fern or a rose?
Did someone say Lady Fern? Did someone say Princess Rose? Well, we have some facts of our own.
I'm Princess Rose. I'm an angiosperm. There are 2 subtypes of angiosperm. The most prominent feature of an angiosperm is its fruits and its ability to grow flowers. There are over 250,000 species of angiosperms.
Well, I'm Lady Fern, and ferns are way different than flowering organisms. That's pretty obvious. But although they seem rather alien at first, they are also much simpler organisms which don't have much parts to worry about. Well, spore-producing ferns such as I are asexual and consist of basic roots, stems, and fronds.
The root system of angiosperm isn't as simple as of ferns. It is very complex. The roots, just like the vascular bundles, contain the cortex, xylem, phloem, and epidermis. They have root hairs at the end of their root tips to help with absorption of water minerals from the soil. Absorption takes place by diffusion and active transfer.
Well, for your information, the sporangia produce microscopic spores which are released at their appropriate season and scattered by the wind. The sperm require a film of water on the plant to swim over the flask-like structures that hold the eggs. This is one reason why ferns live in the damp shaded areas where condensation from fog and dew is common.
Well, the 2 defining characteristics of angiosperms include their leaves. Their leaves are the photosynthetic parts of the plant. They are covered with a waxy cuticle to avoid water evaporation from leaves. Also, there is an absence of stomatal openings in the upper epidermis. This helps in the prevention of excess transpiration. In addition to leaves, the flower is also one of the most defining characteristics of angiosperms. They are the most differentiating features of angiosperms. They are reproductive structures of angiosperms. The flower has a thalamus that is a short axis, 4 whorls of sporophylls arranged on a thalamus. The 4 whorls of floral leaves include calyx, corolla, enteroecium, and gymnosium. The sepals, petals, stamens, and carpels make up the whole.
I don't even know why they're fighting so much. At least they have one thing in common: the same alternation of generations.
A typical plant in a diploid phase will, like human beings, produce a specialized set of haploid reproductive cells. Instead of these cells being egg or sperm, however, what's produced is a spore, a reproductive cell that can develop into a new organism without fusing with another reproductive cell. This organism represents a separate adult generation of the plant. These adults are called gametophytes because through mitosis, they produce haploid gametes. These haploid gametes then fuse to form the diploid zygote that begins the new diploid generation. In most higher plants, the diploid generation is dominant to the much smaller gametophyte. For example, the pine tree is a sporophyte and the gametophyte's form is the pine cone.
So, have you chosen what you want yet?
Yeah, I want the roller.
Here you go. Thank
They got fern, they got gymnosperm.
Oh my god! Don't laugh! Don't laugh! Don't sound African!
What's a plant? Exactly. What you mean what's a plant, dumbass idiot?
Sleep ferns aren't as...
Oh my god.
Are you serious?